Veterans involved in the justice system may still be eligible for benefits through the VA. Some of the benefits available may include the Veterans Justice Outreach Program, Veterans Treatment Court, housing assistance, financial compensation, and veterans pension. This information is being presented by the Resource Center. Please feel free to share.
Hi, my name is Charlene Bradford, and I am Project Manager for Veterans Wellness and Resources at the Resource Center in Decatur, Georgia. I'm also a registered nurse, and I formerly served in the Army National Guard.
My name is Joshua Wilburn. I am the Inmate Reentry and Reconnection Project Manager at the Resource Center in Decatur, Georgia. I am also a formerly incarcerated individual. The Resource Center is a nonprofit 501c3 public benefit corporation and public charity, founded in 2003 by a single mother who worked her way from receiving welfare to earning an MBA and ushering her children out of poverty. The Resource Center offers essential resources, access to educational employment training, and personal development programs for parents, caregivers, veterans, students, incarcerated and reentry individuals, and their children and families.
In parts 1 and 2 of this video series, we covered who qualifies as a veteran, how to apply for benefits, the disability rating process and why it's important, the Veterans Justice Outreach Program, and the Veterans Treatment Court.
In part 3 of this presentation, we will cover disability compensation, veterans pension, and apportionment. Incarcerated veterans and their dependents may apply for the same benefits as veterans who are not incarcerated, including disability compensation, pension, and apportionment.
Incarcerated veterans and their dependents may apply for the same benefits as veterans who are not incarcerated, including disability compensation, service-connected death benefits, and veterans pension.
Disability compensation.
If you are receiving disability compensation payments, please notify the VA regional office immediately after you're incarcerated. There's only a 60-day grace period following a felony conviction when you may still receive these full payments.
On the 61st day, disability benefits will be reduced for felony convictions. Payments may resume upon release.
If a veteran was receiving payments based on a disability rating of 20% or higher, their payment will be reduced to the 10% disability payment rate.
For a veteran whose disability rating was 10%, the payment is reduced by 1/2.
It is your responsibility to notify the VA of your incarceration.
If you do not notify the VA, you may receive an overpayment that must be paid back. You and your family will lose all financial payments until the debt is repaid.
Disability compensation payments are not reduced for veterans who are participating in work release programs, residing in halfway houses, also known as residential reentry centers, or those under community control.
Pension.
Veterans who are receiving the VA pension, which is not the same as their retirement benefits, will have payments terminated on the 61st day after incarceration. This applies to any federal, state, or local penal institution for a conviction of a felony or misdemeanor.
Payments may be resumed upon release from prison if the veteran meets VA eligibility requirements.
And again, if you do not notify the VA, you may receive an overpayment, but it must be paid back.
You and your family will lose all financial payments until the debt is repaid.
Your disability compensation payments or your veteran's pension payments may be restarted effective on the date of your release from incarceration, and you have up to 1 year after release to notify the VA.
Depending on the type of disability, VA may schedule you for a medical examination to see if your disability has improved.
You will need to visit or call your local VA regional office for assistance.
Note: you are considered to have been released from incarceration if you are paroled or participating in a work release or halfway housing program.
In this last section, we will explain the apportionment process.
Apportionment is the process of sharing or dividing among parties.
All or part of the payments that were not paid to the incarcerated veteran may be apportioned to, or basically divided among, the veteran's spouse, the veteran's child or children, or the veteran's dependent parents. These payments are based on individual need and may not be equal among all the parties.
To determine the needs of all eligible parties, the VA will consider each person's income, living expenses, special needs, and the total amount of compensation available to be divided.
We have an example here showing how this apportionment process works. So say a veteran is getting payments based on 80% disability rate before he gets incarcerated. Okay, we know that 61 days after a felony conviction, the payment is going to drop to that of someone who was rated 10% disabled. So the family may be apportioned the remaining 70%, the amount that is no longer going to the veteran. So we have 80%, what they were making prior to incarceration, minus 10%, the amount that they're going to get after that 61st day following a felony conviction. And then we're left with 70%, the difference. And that is the amount that can be apportioned to or divided amongst the family.
To apply for apportionment, send a letter to the VA regional office that has jurisdiction over the veteran's case.
Now, the VA regulations clearly specify that this apportionment amount will only go to family members if they can show financial need for such amount. That's why it's very important in the apportionment application process that all living expenses are listed as well as any special needs.
This applies to the spouse, children, or dependent parents who are involved in the application.
The VA will inform a veteran whose payments are to be reduced that their dependents have a right to receive an apportionment while the veteran is incarcerated.
VA will also notify the dependents of their right to an apportionment if the VA is aware of their existence and can obtain their address.
An apportionment to the veteran's dependents is not automatic. The dependent or dependents must file a claim for an apportionment.
For more information or to notify VA, please call 1-800-827-1000 and ask for a Veterans Service Organization representative. Or online, you can visit www.vba.va.gov, or you can visit your VA regional office in person.
Thank you for viewing Part 3 in our series entitled Benefits Available to Justice-Involved Veterans. For questions and comments or ways to partner with us, please contact the Resource Center at www.yourresourcecenter.org.